Hey there, let's talk about the only mindset that matters today. Welcome to day 68 of our BU 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that improves us. Today we're going to talk about a huge topic, and that for mental well-being. We're focusing this segment on mental well-being. Today we're going to talk about mindset. Now, I have friends that their whole career is centered around teaching this topic, this one topic. And I'm just going to briefly do an overview of what is mindset? Why is it important to you? What is the most important mindset? 7 different mindsets that if you adopt those, they will positively impact your life and virtually guarantee your results because they have that much power too. And then I'll share 10 tips. I'm going to do all this really quickly. 10 tips on how to change. If you discover something that is holding you back in your mindset, there's 10 steps that you can use to change that. And it doesn't always take all 10, but there's 10 different ones you can use that by the time you go through all 10, chances are you've made a huge dent in changing that mindset, if not changing it altogether once and for all. Our mindset is tied into our identity. Our mindset, and what is the most important? Might as well jump right to the chase. The most important mindset, the only one that matters, is your mindset. What other people think doesn't matter at all to you. It might impact you in a negative or positive way, but it really doesn't matter. It's like the only reaction that matters is your reaction. The only feelings and definitions that matter are your feelings and definitions because you see the world through the lens of you. Nobody else, just you. Nobody can motivate you. You can only motivate you. Things like that. These are things I've discovered through trial and error. Some things very erroneous in my life, but what the heck is a mindset anyway? Well, it is a mental attitude or an inclination towards something. It's a set of assumptions, methods, notions, beliefs, really. It's our set of beliefs about the world, about our philosophy of life. All of these things make up our mindset. Now, they say that there's 3 different types of mindsets. I did a little research on this, and I don't know if I agree with this or not. I didn't do extensive research on it. I am not one of my friends. I'm not a mindset expert, but I am super interested and curious about the topic and have spent quite a bit of time studying it. So there's the abundance mindset, the positive mindset, and the growth mindset. Well, what's the opposite of that? Scarcity, negativity, and staying in the same place or decline mindset. So we get to choose which side of that flip coin bipolar universe do we want to live in. I've done a lot of personal growth and development in the area of abundance, positive, and growth mindset. It's why I believe in being a lifelong learner. It's why I spend a lot of time in nature and in environments that show me how abundant the universe we live in is. Because like most people, I was raised in a scarce universe, a universe in a country and a world that makes us think, and we see both, right? We see great wealth and we see a lot of poverty. And actually in America, we don't see anywhere near as much poverty as other parts of the world, but we still have, and maybe it's ancestral, this scarcity mentality. And for me personally, it is a lifelong battle to push against, because intellectually, consciously, I know that we live in this incredible, infinite possibility universe, but there's something niggling away that is focused on, well, we have to be competitive. We have to do the best we can. We have to do and beat out other people to get scarce resources, but it's just not true. Anyway, let's skip over that. Research has absolutely positively shown that mindset plays a huge part in our outcomes, in the direction that our life goes. We all know people that are just so happy to be alive, and you feel great being around them because they have such a positive energy, as well as people that are absolute curmudgeons. You're around them and, for a couple of minutes and all of a sudden you're getting angry and grumpy and negative about stuff because they're just like this little black rain cloud. So we get to decide what type of a person we're going to be. And most of us are somewhere in the middle, right? We all have black cloud moments. We all have awesomely delightful moments. And most of our life is lived somewhere in between that. The truth is we get to decide where we want to live our life. And there's 7 different radical mindset ideas, and they're not really radical at all, that will change and improve your life. 1, self-trust mindset, believing in yourself. Number 2, goal setting. Number 3, patient mindset. 4, courageous mindset. 5, focused mindset. 6, positive mindset. And 7, learning mindset. If you adopt those 7 mindsets, and I was doing a little survey and putting dots by the ones I think I've worked on pretty well, but only about half. I still have the other half that need a whole lot of work for me. I'm wishy-washy on some of them when it comes to focus, when it comes to patience, when it comes to self-trust. I've got some work to do in those areas. So what are 10 tips to change your mindset? Our action item today is to think about and notice our mindset. Notice our thoughts about the world, our thoughts about other people, our thoughts about ourselves. Are they mostly positive or are they mostly negative? Are they focused on the future and growth and possibility, or are they focused on staying the same, protecting what we've got, staying right where we are? To me, courageous means, are we willing to stretch our comfort zone and move on and try and do different things and always be improving our life? If you're participating in this challenge, you have a courageous mindset. I guarantee it, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't believe that you have an impact on your life. So we're gonna look at our mindset today and just share 1 or 2 notes about it, or things that you noticed today consciously about your mindset. I guarantee I'm gonna catch myself acting like we live in a scarce universe, or saying things that sound like we live in a scarce universe, even though I know better, right? I know I'm going to, at some point today, probably be impatient with myself or someone else. And what else will I notice? I don't know. I'm gonna do this exercise right along with you today. So what are some tips for changing? If we discover that we have a total scarcity mindset, what are some tips and what are some things that I have done to impact and change that part of me that I don't want to be living in all the time? Because I want to impact positively my outcome. Number 1, naming it. By saying, oh my gosh, I'm acting like I have a scarcity mindset. If I say, oh, that costs too much, that's too expensive, that is a scarcity mindset. Guess what? Super wealthy people do not have a scarcity mindset. Number 2, acceptance. Okay, I accept that there's a part of me that focuses on lack and scarcity and fear and things like that. 3, meditate. Think about it. Think deeply and in calm, quiet times about your mindset, about things. And 4, change your perspective. Now, it's taken quite a bit of mental meditation to just sit and think about, or go out and spend time in nature. Nature, to me, is one of the biggest examples, and it's there for all of us to see and experience personally the abundance. If you live in a climate or an environment like I do, where we have the 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall, every season you get to see how incredible nature is. I like to walk at the state park by where I live, and it's fun to watch in the springtime, going from winter to spring, all of the growth and the color and the greens and the wildflowers grow and expand throughout the summer, and then the harvest in the fall, and then as things change colors, the leaves change colors, fall off the trees, and then the cycle repeats and repeats and repeats. That shows me how abundant our universe is. I just think sometimes, well, how many leaves are on one tree? So how many leaves are there really in the world? And guess what? They come back year after year after year after year. That is a huge example of abundance. If you ever go sit by the ocean or walk on a sandy beach, think of how many grains of sand there are on just one beach, much less throughout the entire world. How many drops in a body of water, not even just the ocean, in a lake or a pond or a stream or a marsh. There's how much abundance do we have in this world? So that's a change of perspective. 5, positive thinking. And again, I love the flip switch technique, where we catch ourselves thinking something negative, and I like to say, well, is that true? I ask myself in my mind, literally, well, is that true? Is that always true? Really? Is that true for me? Or is it just a negative thought that popped into my head, and then I think of a positive to offset that negative thing? 6, guided imagery, a type of visualization, is really powerful in changing our mindset. We can put ourselves in different scenarios and see the results we get based on how we think and feel about certain things. 7, writing down. We did some soul writing yesterday, which I will admit I struggled with that one a little bit. I'm going to practice it though, because I did have some things come up. So I'm going to practice that and see if I can't make that a tool that I add to my toolbox on a regular basis. 8, focused distractions. Now, it doesn't mean no mind distractions. It means focused distractions. So if I catch myself feeling a certain way or thinking a certain train of thoughts, and I want to think the opposite, or I want to change my mind on that, I will dig in and do a bunch of research or study or reading on the topic so that I get a clear picture of what's really going on, not just one point of view. That's why I never read just one book on a topic or look at one article or one source for a topic, whatever the topic is. I remember studying different things in my offline businesses, and one of those was outsourcing. And when I wanted to figure out and learn about outsourcing, I didn't just buy one book on Amazon and read that or take one class. I immersed myself in as many things as I could get my hands on with respect to the topic of outsourcing, so I could get a whole bunch of different perspectives. And then I pulled out of all that what would work for my organization at the time. So focused distraction is focusing in on and distracting myself with something that will help me answer the question that I'm looking for, if that makes sense. Not just going and watching a bunch of Netflix. Number 9, manage your stress. Easier said than done, right? Depending on your lifestyle, depending on what's going on, depending on what's going on inside and outside of us, and in our families and our relationships and in our health and the environment. Stress will ebb and flow throughout our entire lives. But if we have coping mechanisms, and some of these are meditation, guided visualization, changing our perspective, all helps to reduce our stress. And then finally, you might need to get expert help. And maybe that's in the form of a coach, a consultant, a therapist, whatever it is for you. Sometimes we need to ask for help with respect to changing our mind about something or changing our perspective about things. So that's it. That is our quick discussion on mindset today. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, again, today, just notice. The first step in anything is noticing how we habitually behave. What are our patterns? And once we identify our patterns, we can decide if they're serving us or they're not serving us. If they're not serving us, we certainly want to change them. If they are serving us, we want to keep doing it. I've noticed some patterns in my health and my eating, and they're diametrically opposed to what my beliefs are. So I need to reinforce my beliefs and my mindset in that area to get the results that I want on a continuous basis. All right. That's it. Have an awesome day. I will be with you tomorrow with another mental well-being related topic for our annual challenge. Have a great day. Bye.